Abduction, Chapter 19, Part 2. "Let's go and investigate," I said. Echo nodded her agreement, and we met on the other side of the car. We stood in the snow and cold, staring at the trees, hoping something would show itself. I grabbed my camera and took the lens cap off. I set the camera settings before we left Tatiana's to get better nighttime photographs. Getting evidence of something might help prove a case that aliens were starting an invasion. I didn't believe this, but I didn't expect alien monsters in the Belarusian exclusion zone either. My eyes adjusted to the low light. The moonlight's glow reflected off the snow, making it easier to make out the tree line in the distance. There was no way of telling how deep the snow was in the field, but I was willing to risk getting my pants wet if it led to some good pictures. "There," I said, as I pointed at the trees. "Did you see it?" "I did," replied Echo. "I want to get closer look and see what's making the light." I threw caution to the side and made my way over to the 4-foot snowbank. Echo followed in the path I carved in the snow. Traversing the barbed wire fence was tricky, but Echo and I managed not to get cut on the barbs. The snow depth in the field only came up to my ankles. With a bit of luck, the rest of the area would be the same, making getting closer to the trees much more manageable. Echo and I inched our way to the midpoint where I parked the car in the tree line. In the distance, I could hear cows mooing, but no other noises except our shoes crunching on the crisp snow. Light exploded from the tree line and blinded me as it reflected off the snow. I shielded my eyes from the glare, and the air filled with the sounds of a screaming cow. The mooing noise was incredible. The moo was long and reminded me of someone in severe pain. It was as if someone were torturing the poor beast. "What do you think is going on?" whispered Echo. From the glow of the moonlight, I could see panic in Echo's eyes. I, too, felt anxious, not knowing what was happening up ahead in the direction of the tree line. It was possible that the cow fell into a hole and fractured a leg, but something in the back of my skull was saying it was not the case. We weren't far from the trees and finding out what was casting the bright light onto the snowfield. However, I could not bring myself to go any further. I had lead feet and was glued to the very spot where I stood. Instead, I took out my camera and started taking pictures of this spectacle from every angle that captured the feeling of the light was giving off. "I don't know what's going on, Echo, but we should get back to the car. I have a feeling it's not safe to be here," I said. The horrible mooing ceased, and the night became still again. I looked in the direction of the forest to see shapes walking about along the tree line. They looked like dark frames with nothing descriptive about them. The dark silhouettes stopped in their tracks, as if whatever it was had seen Echo and me. "Get down on the snow, Echo," I commanded. "Why?" "Just do it, please." I lay myself down in a prone position in the snow. The cold infiltrated my coat, and I suppressed a shiver. Echo was beside me, lying still also. I caught myself holding my breath and tried to relax. "Why are we on the ground?" whispered Echo. I rose a lone finger to my lips and whispered, "I think those creatures at the edge of the forest are our aliens." Echo looked at me surprised. "Really? Then why are we hiding? I want to see them." "Did you not hear the cries of that cow?" I remarked. "Think about it. What do you think those aliens might do to us if they caught us? I don't want to find out." "You're right," said Echo as she slumped further into the snow. "I feel like we should be able to talk with them and find out why they are here." "I'm with you on that, but I don't think tonight would be a good night for that." The light emanating from the forest went out, leaving me and Echo basking in the moonlight. I could hear myself breathing hard because of the apprehension was building. There wasn't any way to know if the aliens saw or heard us. I didn't want to take a chance and have either myself or Echo caught by them, even though my curiosity was mounting to know what happened to the cow, but I could take a guess. I'd seen pictures of cow mutilation that has occurred around the world. It wasn't a pretty picture. I rolled over to my side to face Echo, who was lying on her back. "Let's get back to the car and get out of here. I'm not comfortable lying in the snow and waiting. We've been waiting a long time, and I think we can make it to the car before they can catch us." While Echo moved to get to her feet, I scanned the tree line on my hands and knees. I didn't see anything unusual or hear anything. I also listened for any crunching noise in the snow between us and the forest that might indicate the aliens were moving towards us. Relief washed over me. I rose to my feet and helped Echo stabilize herself. "Move quickly and don't stop. I'll be stopping every so often to make sure things are safe and nothing is following us." Echo nodded and set off in the direction of the car. I could see the whites of her eyes before she turned to leave. The seriousness of the predicament we were in became real to her. The change of heart on Echo's part gave me hope that all thoughts of contacting aliens would depart from her desires to find out more about them. I would prefer she let the government authorities handle that nasty business. Unfortunately, I knew Echo and her desire to help humanity. I stopped a couple of times and looked toward the tree line. I saw nothing chasing us from the field. Unless aliens have personal cloaking devices, I felt assured that we were safe from harm. There were no certainties until we were in the car and driving back into the city. There was a chance our vehicle could stall and a UFO can sweep in and kidnap us. I would take those slim odds over staying in the open field with the aliens. Echo waited at the barbed wire fence with her hands in her coat pockets to keep them warm. We made it to the fencing. It wasn't the car, but it made me feel more secure than moments before when we were lying in the field waiting for what might happen next. The good feeling I had was short-lived. "Look!" shouted Echo as she pointed toward the sky. I turned to see a large spacecraft hovering over the forest and take off at a high speed. It disappeared within 10 seconds of me catching sight of it. We would never know where the UFO vanished to, but I felt better it was gone. We could now return home in relative peace, although I'm not sure about our peace of mind. To reach that level of tranquility was to put an end to why people were being abducted in Lutsk. It couldn't all be because of aliens, even though I was starting to wonder about that. I helped Echo get through the fencing and then slipped through the barbs myself. Once through, I took out my cell phone and started to dial. "Who are you calling?" asked Echo. "Someone that has answers," I replied.